The 30 Rock alum previously stumped Consuelos 4 months prior over whether she was a Guinness World Records title holder or a runner-up for Miss New Jersey Teen USA. All fun and games for Mark Consuelos and Jane Krakowski, despite the morning show host's Fox outrage during a bit of healthy competition. The 30 Rock alum, 55, returned to live with Kelly and Mark on Tuesday and agreed to a Stump Mark rematch with Consuelos 52. Donning an I Stumped Mark t-shirt, signaling her previous victory, Krakowski presented the Riverdale alum with 2 statements that he had to determine which were true or false. If she stumped him a second time, she would win another Kelly and Mark mug, as well as the I Stumped Mark Again t-shirt, which co-host Kelly Ripa noted is very rare and is only the 3rd one in existence. Kelly Ripa keeps her funeral dress labeled so Mark Consuelos doesn't dress her in something crazy. With 60 seconds on the clock, Krakowski presented Consuelos with 2 different stories about her life. One tale involved the unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt alum seeing the musical Rent on stage 20 times, while the other centered around her competing in a New Jersey ice skating competition that led to her participating in another contest in New York's Lake Placid. Since Krakowski managed to keep her composure the entire time, Consuelos was completely stumped by the end. "God, you're good, he said. Keeping her past as a child actor in mind, Consuelos accepted the tale about her seeing Rent 24 times as truth. But to his dismay, he answered incorrectly and Krakowski said, "Give me the shirt." At that, Consuelos playfully got up from his seat with a smile on his face and walked off the show's set. Meanwhile, Ripa stood up and gave Krakowski a big hug. He then returned to hug her as well. "All right, Jane," Consuelos said upon returning. "That doesn't count against my record." Krakowski previously stumped Consuelos 4 months ago. During that game, Consuelos had to determine whether she was a Guinness World Records title holder for being a part of the world's biggest tap dance line, or a previous runner-up in the Miss New Jersey Teen USA competition. He picked the pageantry contest and lost. The recently rebranded cable network, which first gained mainstream attention for giving Lori Loughlin her first post-college cheating scandal acting role, is the brainchild of Bill Abbott, who stepped down as Hallmark Channel boss in January 2020, shortly after the cable network received criticism for airing and then pulling an ad featuring brides kissing. As Joseph Adalian notes, GAC Family has the backing of an investor group with ties to former President Donald Trump and appears to be positioning itself as a destination for viewers who think Hallmark holiday movies are too edgy. Abbott, Adalian points out, had a go-slow approach to diversifying the network's extremely vanilla programming, at a time when most other platforms were pushing to expand inclusion efforts. After keeping a low public profile and no doubt waiting for the pandemic to ease, Abbott re-emerged earlier this year when he teamed with investment firm Hicks Equity Partners and others to buy 2 small cable channels, Great American Country and the horse-centric Ride TV. Operating under the banner of GAC Media, the networks have been renamed GAC Family and GAC Living, with the former being positioned as basically Hallmark Channel 2.0. Family-friendly fare, lots of focus on holidays, and this year, a dozen Christmas movies, of which 11, or about 92%, revolve around lead characters who are white, though there is more diversity among supporting characters. As Adalian notes, on its website, GAC Media announced that the company's mission is to celebrate great American traditions and invest in timeless, family-friendly entertainment that honors Americana with content that captures American culture, lifestyle, and heritage. And in a press release, Abbott said he hoped the networks would deliver on the promise of safe and entertaining storytelling. There's nothing novel or even problematic about a TV channel appealing to patriotism or using America in its branding. GAC stood for Great American Country long before Abbott arrived, and one of the country's oldest cable channels is called USA Network. But in a post-Trump country, other parts of the GAC messaging, such as the use of American culture and heritage, could be interpreted as trying to curry favor with supporters of the MAGA movement, particularly when the channel using that language is backed by a major Trump supporter and operated by a man who left Hallmark in the wake of a controversy over gay people expressing love. But here's where things get tricky. While there may be reasons to be suspicious about GAC's future plans and goals, so far it is hard to argue the network is going full-on MAGA the way a Newsmax or OAN have done in the news space.